हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। और आज की इस वीडियो में मैं क्लास 10 ज्योग्राफी चैप्टर 1 एक्सोजेनेटिक प्रोसेस एंड रिजल्टेंट लैंडफॉर्म से 2 मार्क्स वाले क्वेश्चन और साथ ही उसका आंसर्स बताऊंगी। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट दिस वीडियो। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज वाटरफॉल। इसका आंसर होगा व्हेन अ रिवर पल्जेस डाउन फ्रॉम अ हायर पॉइंट टू अ लोअर पॉइंट इट फॉर्म्स वाटरफॉल। Next question is what is denudation? Denudation involves the process of weathering, erosion and transportation together. It is a term derived from the Latin word denudare meaning to strip bare. It therefore causes removal of rock layers from Earth's surface resulting in lowering of the land surface. Next question is define the origin of delta in lower valley of the river. In the lower course of the river, the slope of the decreases remarkably. This causes the river to become more sluggish. The load carrying capacity of the river also reduces to the greater extent near the sea. So most of the load carried by a river is ultimately deposited into the sea where it falls. This deposition builds up alluvial cone and called delta. Next question is why does Narmada excavate V-shaped valley near the mouth? In lower Narmada valley, the Narmada river flows in gorge mainly through Deccan Trap in straight course. The areas exhibit faulted block topography with alternative ridges and valleys aligned almost in E and E to WSW direction. For this reason, Narmada flows through V-shaped valley in lower course. Next question is what is meander? On a flat plain, a river flows on a gentle slope. It avoids any obstacle on its journey. Thus, it develops a winding channel and flows in a loop. This zigzag course of a river known as meander. Next question is why do the floods normally occur in the lower course of a river? In lower course, river flows very sluggishly and land is flat, only few hundreds meter higher than the sea level. River valley is also shallow and wide, so excess water during rainy season cannot pass through river valley and cause to flood frequently. Next question is what is the exogenetic force? River, glacier, winds, sea waves, etc. are the natural agents that shape and reshape the existing landforms on the Earth's surface externally by a process called exogenetic process. Next question is why are exogenetic forces also called plantation force? The endogenetic forces create vertical irregularities on the Earth's surface by forming several types of relief features of different dimensions, but exogenetic forces try to remove these vertical irregularities and ultimately become successful in bringing down the reliefs. So the exogenetic forces are also called plantation forces. Next question is what is tributary? Tributaries are the small rivers joining the main rivers. Example, Yamuna is the tributary of the river Ganga. Next question is what is confluence? When one river joins with another river, the meeting point is called confluence. Example, Sangam in Allahabad is the confluence of river Ganga and Yamuna. Next question is what is basin? The area drained by a river and its tributaries and distributaries is known as river basin. Next question is what is interfluves? An interfluve is a narrow, elonged and plateau-like landform between two rivers valleys. Next question is what is doab? A land between two rivers is known as doab. Next question is what is base level? The base level of a river or stream is the lowest point to which it can flow, often referred to as the mouth of the river. Next question is what is waterfall? When a river plunges down from a higher point to a lower point, it forms waterfall. Next question is what is rapid? Rapids are part of a river where the river descends over a series of small steps caused by gentle dipping outcrop of hard rocks. Example, these are 6 rapids on river Nile from Khartoum to Aswan. Next question is what is river capture? The natural diversion of the headwater of one stream into the channel of another, typically resulting from rapid headward erosion by the larger stream, is known as river capture. Next question is how are formed oxbow lake? The continuous process of erosion of the outer concave bank and deposition on the interconvex bank cause the meander to be more pronounced. The outer bank gets eroded so rapidly that it assumes almost a circular shape At one stage, only a narrow neck of land separates the two concave outer banks. The river then cut through the narrow neck of land between the two banks and flew straight. The big loop is cut off from the river's channel due to heavy deposition. This abandoned bend of the river remains there as a lake, which is known as Horseshoe Lake or an oxbow lake. Example: floodplain of Ganga have oxbow lake on them. Next question is, what is floodplain? Due to repeated floods, silt are deposited and a thick plain is formed in adjoining areas of middle and lower course of the river, known as floodplain. Next question is, how are the Bird's Foot Delta formed? The river with high velocity carries suspended finer materials inside the oceanic water. These fine materials settle down on either side of the main channel and thus a linear delta is formed. These distributaries of the main channel also form linear segments of delta. These linear bars of sediment on either side of the distributaries of the main channel resemble the bird's foot. Next question is, what is retreat of waterfall? Waterfalls retreat upstream due to eroding of soft rock under a waterfall, which causes an overhang. When the overhang cannot withstand the forces of the waterfall, it breaks and falls into pulse pool. This causes the waterfall to retreat or upstream. Next question is, what is pulse pool? The depression or hole created at the foot of a waterfall due to falling of water along with rock fragments with high velocity is known as pulse pool. Next question is, what is braid river? Sometimes river channel becomes so filled with deposits that the river is split into many small channels. Such a river is said to be braid river. Next question is, what is potholes? The round pot-like holes cut on the river beds by the swelling water and the rock fragments by the process of corrosion or abrasion are called potholes. और अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए.